What's up, daters? Today we have my fabulous friends and founders of Paradigm. Tune in today, you're sure to have a good time. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Up to Date. I'm your host, Chelsea Texera, and today I am stoked to have two of my very good friends here, Sophia and Lior of Paradigm Media. Girls, thank you so much for joining us.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, let's take a sip. This is a splash zone. And today we are drinking in honor of these beautiful badasses, a spicy Paradigm Paloma.
Yeah.
Love
Our
it.
favorite.
So bomb.
So good. Thank you, guys.
So
Okay, so ladies, let's start. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourselves? We'll start with Miss Lior.
Yeah, so I'm Lior, originally from Israel, moved here about 10 years ago, married with 2 kids, and started Paradigm Media with my best friend here and my business partner, Sophia, about almost a year ago. And it's been,
Wow.
it's been crazy.
Yeah.
Time.
It's been a crazy year for sure. 2020 is crazy, but for
my
us, it's actually been a really good year. So yeah.
It's been crazy blessed, it sounds like.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay, so 10 years ago, what brought you here 10 years ago?
Actually, I was traveling and met who is now my husband, and yeah, he's also Israeli, so coincidence there. We
met here.
Yeah, we met in New York. We're both originally from Israel. Both of our families are from Israel. We met in New York, and I just went on the ride and stayed here, started school, and then just stayed with him and got married. And now we are 10-year anniversary was last August.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Okay, another cheers to that. We can't pass this up. All right.
It's gonna be done in a mo.
Woo, I know. We got some refills.
And yeah.
That is amazing. See, that's why we love traveling, folks.
Yeah, exactly. Traveling brought me here, and I stayed here, and I have 2 kids, Liam and Mika. They're
How old are
8
they?
and 5.
Oh,
And yeah, and it's been
They're perfect.
I'm sure they are.
children.
Look at this specimen.
They're perfect.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so yeah, that's in a short overview.
Short overview. Okay, well, what a wonderful, lovely life. Amazing.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're here. And then Soph.
Yeah, what's
Let's
up?
hear it, sister girl.
What's up, girl? Yeah.
What's up? Soph and I go way back.
Yeah, so actually, Chelsea and I knew each other from Sacramento. I went to a house party, and she was dating one of my friends. And we met, and we hit it off. And then I was like, I'm never going to see that girl again. That guy is wild. So
The wildest.
So she ended up moving to San Diego. I'm at another house party, and
There's a pattern here.
and there's a girl that's screaming in the hallway. It's like, I'm like, wow, I like that girl. I'm trying to party with her. And turns out we're from the same hometown. So.
Oh my God. I couldn't have told that better. I forgot about them.
Yeah.
So
Screaming about the hallways. Like, where did we used to go? What was that apartment building that was across the street?
the Granada, of course.
Granada.
All
day.
my SDSUers,
gosh.
they know exactly. No, seriously, I remember that night. So Wild Man was also there, but along with all of our other Rockland, Roseville friends.
Yeah.
And you and I linked up, and I was with my other girlfriends too. And we just took off like bats out of hell in the night and went to so many different house parties in there. And then a year later, we ended up being like, do you want to live together? Yeah, let's just live together.
Did we just become best friends?
Yup.
Yep.
And so I actually
karate in the garage.
every day.
Okay. Cool.
So I lived down here. She lived up in San Marcos, so a little bit farther north.
That was really sad. I got bamboozled, dude, let me tell you. So, cut to about 3 years later, Wild Man basically calls. All my friends had moved to San Diego, a lot of them. And they're like, we got these 2 apartments right next to each other. Like, just come and move out. Like, we'll give you the master. We'll give you the garage. It was only like $50 more than what I was paying for like my house in in Rockland. So I was like, okay, why not? So I moved there, and it's San Marcos, which is Farmville. Like, I'm telling you, like,
It's not San Diego.
it's definitely not San Diego. And I was like, get me out of here. So, yeah, they definitely bamboozled me, but it brought me to where I am today. So
Exactly.
thank you so much, Nolan Cox.
Yeah. Nolan Cox, the craziest
Shout
man out there. Shout out to you. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen him in so long.
Yeah,
But little meatball, but he's like a serrated meatball.
Yeah.
He's got some stuff going on.
Good
Love
for
him. Love him. But so yeah, so we met. I moved back home for a year, and then when I moved back down, Soph and I talked, and actually I drove down to Las Vegas for my first EDC with this wild woman, and yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah, we FaceTime videoed so you can decorate your bra and be at the party with us while we were decorating our freaking bra.
Dude, I made a light up Barbie bra.
Oh my god, I had a very interesting light up bra. Let me tell you, I think I still have it. It's
What was
very
it?
interesting.
The weed one?
Yeah, I was literally Lady Mary Jane, like EDC with like a light up marijuana tits, like sick.
I mean, I think that was probably the highlight of
Yeah, I mean,
weekend.
definitely was 19 years old, so that will not be happening again.
I
don't even know
know.
if that's a good excuse.
we were such babies. Isn't it so crazy how time flies now? Here we are,
Yes.
20
I know.
So wild.
I know. It's
Anyway,
nuts.
we're not going to harp on that
No.
anymore because we were young at heart as we
I
ever
digress.
were.
Yeah.
So okay, let's hop into a little bit about Paradigm. So tell me how you guys started it. What kind of put you off onto this? I know you used to work together, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to take the lead on this?
Yeah. I mean, we were working for one brand together, and we really identified with the brand. It was amazing. And we were crushing it, but honestly, the brand wasn't ready to grow itself. So we were starting to see like kind of a limit. At that point, it was kind of serendipitous that all these other brands were reaching out to us and kind of trying to poach us and asking us how we were able to,
Coach.
yeah, honestly,
You little
Actually,
eggs. You little egg babies.
honestly, but no, they were trying to ask like how we were able to run compliant ads. It's really hard for the industry that we're in. We specialize in CBD, so to run compliant ads is actually like impossible, depending on the platform. So they were just asking how we were able to do it, how we were able to kind of leverage our relationships to make kind of all these product launches happen and really like create a buzz for this brand. And from there, Paradigm was created. I mean, I left before Lior from the brand, and then Lior left due to family reasons, but ended up working out because it was a really good break for her to kind of regroup. And then we met up together and we're like, should we actually do this? Like, we basically had our clients before we even had a website or anything, like just working everything backwards, reverse engineering a digital marketing agency that specializes
Wow.
in CBD. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank you, universe. That's so
Let's
amazing.
go.
You guys are
Let's go.
honestly inspirations. Bad
Every
Mama
time. I'm
Jammas.
sorry, Paco.
So I started with digital marketing like 12 years ago, owned 2 businesses of myself and sold both of them, and kind of like looked what's the next thing, and was introduced to CBD and working with this brand that we were on. And honestly, like I think me and Soph just really clicked on right off the bat. Like I
It's like
think-
an alpha thing. Like, there were like some people in the office that like, you know, sometimes you don't click with and you're just like friendly or just like, you need me to make coffee for you. Like, do we need to make an extra pot? Like one of those awkward deals. Like, really. And then Lior and I were like, yeah, we're gonna head out and go get smoothies together. Like, you can sit with us, but like warning.
yeah.
So you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
No, but we just clicked right away because we hold ourselves to really high standards and we hold ourselves accountable. And it was really hard because we were seeing people in the office that weren't doing that. And so we just like really clicked because of our work ethic mostly.
Yeah.
And then it became a friendship. I mean, that's really a different kind of dynamic.
Well, and you guys are both fucking hilarious. I remember I went out to a happy hour with their old company with them, and I remember the first time I met Lior, and the party just continued, and I love these girls. Like, honestly, blast in a glass, even without the glass, you guys are such a good time. And you do, I know, like, personally, because I've gone on a work thing with them for a CBD company, you guys give your all to your clients. You have a fun time doing it, and like that's all you can ask for with people you're working with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
You gotta love what you do.
Yeah, we're really passionate about our work, like waking up in the morning and loving our days. And I think that's what it's all about, you know, waking up in the morning. And honestly, we all, like, if you're a full-time worker, like you work like 8 to 10 hours a day, and that's where you spend the majority of your time, like during the week. So if you don't enjoy what you're doing, it's really hard to be passionate about it. And I think that's where we click, because we're both like so passionate about what we do, and we need to love what we're doing. Every client that we onboard, like we immediately feel the click with them. We like vibe with them, and it's more than just being their agency. It's also becoming an extension of their team. So even though like everyone are working remotely these days, we feel like we're still a part of their team. We're like talking to all of our clients daily, if it's on the phone, on the Slack, on email, whatever it is, like we're always there for them. And, you know, that's what makes our days, just seeing our clients happy, and, you know, we are able to perform. So that's, I think, the most important thing.
Yeah, it's amazing because we've been growing quickly, but it's crazy because it's like the two of us, so we just like to like we're very hands-on with everything, like even down to the gifts that we're sending out the end of an email.
I was gonna say, when you said email, I'm like, I look forward to emails from these girls, because the funniest gifts I've ever seen, I'm like, how do you find these? Like, you save these?
We're like hiring, and we're like, what happens if we hire someone they don't choose the correct gift? Like
that's a real concern.
It needs to be appropriate. It's
I mean,
all of our emails, if they're good or bad, they will always include a gift, and the gift will align with the content of the email. But it's
just
really important.
It really
does something to make your day, and I feel like these gifts are really doing it.
Extra touch.
It's honestly like disarming as well, because like emails can get really per my last email, or you know, whatever. So throwing that in there, along with the fact that you guys are doing CBD, like everyone needs to relax. Let's have some gifts. Let's have a gift of some CBD, and let's rock it.
Even if we bring some bad news that every once in a while happens.
I can't wait to see that gift.
Yeah, it'll still be a good one. Don't you worry. Don't you even worry.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Guess what? Sales are down, Tupac. Just kidding. I would never.
You might. I mean, come on.
Well, sales are never down.
No, never.
Of course not. Yeah, no. So, okay. So almost a year strong. So that is something to absolutely celebrate. Yeah. And then what do we have to look forward to with the future of Paradigm?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah. Actually, in the last month, we onboarded a lot of new clients that we're really, really excited about. They're all like big players in this industry. And for us, it's a big accomplishment. And I feel like in the last year, we worked so hard to prove ourselves, and we're finally there. We made a name for ourselves. Everyone in the CBD industry knows who Paradigm is and are seeking to work with us. And we got to a point where we need to be selective with who we want to work with.
Always got to be selective, girls.
So it's just awesome. Really amazing, you know, for us to be in this position. And I'm just so proud, you know, of like what we accomplished. And it's really just the hustle of two women, you know, that are working in this really male industry. It's very like almost all of our clients, I feel
male.
like they're male.
All CEO males.
Yeah, 90.
Yeah, it's crazy.
8% of them are male.
Wow. Yeah, I think our correspondence is mostly with males, and then they have females that are counterparts. But I think that this is a very like male dominated industry for sure. And I mean, it's just crazy because we used to sit in like our morning scrum circles and be like talking about what we did yesterday, what we're doing today, and what we plan to do tomorrow. And the founders or CEOs, they did not want to hold themselves to any standard besides these couple of brands. Like they didn't care about anybody else, but these 3 brands were the ones they would talk about almost every single morning in comparison. And so to see that they're reaching out to us to work with us now is like such a crazy experience. It's like I could cry.
Well, you know what you think about, you bring about. So you manifested that those clients that were the main deal for them are now the main deal for you. Exactly. And that is awesome. So proud of you girls.
What do you think about expands? For sure.
Totally. 100%. So on the note of expanding, where is, Lior, one of your favorite places that you've expanded to, you've traveled to?
Oh, I traveled a lot. So,
okay, all right.
As an Israeli, it's part of our culture. Israel, if you don't know, is really close to Europe. So growing up, I traveled a lot to any country in Europe. But after that, like,
I'm always envious of you guys. Yeah, because like I feel like anyone who's from Europe, I recently went on a date with this guy. He's like, he's from Lithuania.
Mhm.
Sounded a little German, I'll say that. But anyway, like they would just travel like all over, and for us, it's such a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Like if I go anywhere in Europe, I'm staying for at least 3
Because
weeks.
imagine, like, here in the States, it's so big. So when you travel from state to state, from city to city, it's like in Europe, you're traveling from Spain to France. You know,
But
like
that's so
something
much
like that.
closer
It's
there, I
Like 2-3
feel.
hours,
Yeah.
sometimes even an hour. You know, like Israel from Greece is an hour.
This is so true.
So, you know, so traveling has definitely been like a huge part of my life early on.
Yeah.
And then in Israel, it's mandatory to go to the army. So it's part of the culture. Like,
Excuse me,
she's
even
a
for
G.
women?
No,
yeah,
she's a
even
G.
for women.
It's mandatory to go to
Yeah.
the army.
Yeah.
No, please
We'll
listen to what
we'll
she
get
did, though.
into
No, no, you have to tell her.
I must know.
Okay. So in the army, I was a Stinger instructor. And if you don't know what a Stinger is, it's a shoulder missile that shoots airplanes from the ground.
Oh my
So-
lord.
Casual. They're the size of her.
Yeah, the missile is my size. And I teach the soldiers how
God,
to
Lior.
shoot it.
Like a G. She's like, what?
And now I'm feeling so
Yeah.
fly like a
Honestly.
G. And she
Like-
just fucking launches one out of the air.
Yeah.
Jesus. Wow.
Yes. So anyway, so that's a mandatory thing. So you can imagine like being 18 and then being drafted like right away after high school. You know, like we graduate in around June, and then July you're already in the army.
There's
and
no
then
way to
it's
get
for
out of
2 or
that?
3 years. No.
No.
There's
I
no,
mean,
There's
unless you're
no way
afraid.
to get out of it.
Yeah.
like not even getting pregnant or
And
something.
you can legit
Oh,
flee.
pregnant, you
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can't have an
Knocked
abortion.
up our army. Yeah.
No.
You have to stay
Stipulations.
pregnant and
Gosh.
actually give birth.
Okay, shit.
Yeah, I'm out.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm out.
Anyway, so you can imagine like being 20, being out of the army, and you know, you just want to be free.
Oh, only for 2 years?
Yeah, for
Okay.
women it's 2 years,
Okay.
for men it's 3.
Okay.
So, you know, for me, finished the army, graduated high school, I'm like, okay, what's now? And
Mhm.
I just needed a break from life, like before I go to another, like, you know, college or whatever it is. I just needed a break. I took a year and I just traveled. And I traveled in South America, did the
Mm.
whole continent. So I started in Colombia all the way down to Ecuador, Peru, Argentina, Brazil, so Chile. So yeah, it was really nice. But my favorite, my favorite place to travel to is Thailand.
I love
But yeah,
Thailand.
Thailand is by far my favorite. Me and my husband did our honeymoon there for a month,
Ooh, oh my gosh.
and it's by far my favorite place.
Amazing. So what was your favorite place in Thailand?
Koh Phangan, it's one of the islands,
Mhm.
and I don't know, we took like a bungalow on the beach, so when you wake up, this is like you only see sand and
Mhm.
ocean. So I just loved it. I also think like the culture there is very humbling.
Oh,
The
yes.
people there are so nice and honest. Like you can literally leave like cash on the beach and no one will touch it. And I've traveled and it's not a case.
No.
Like I've been in
Oh,
places
no.
where you
Well,
leave your
Tulum,
flip flops
yeah.
on the beach and someone
Yeah.
in a matter of seconds will take your flip flops. So
I
yeah.
know.
So Thailand is like it's just so different, and just the culture and views and the atmosphere and the culture and the food is just so different
Yes.
that it's by far my favorite place. to
Yes, I
visit.
never felt unsafe there either. I
Yeah,
feel like
exactly.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
great because most places you travel, I've traveled solo.
Yeah.
There I wasn't solo, I was with one other
Yeah.
girlfriend,
Yeah.
Riss, and yeah, it's just like you don't want to be in a position where you feel like you're gonna get taken, and I thankfully never felt like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, Thailand's
Yeah.
amazing. Okay, so that's your number one, and then Soph, what's your number one?
Oh my god, Tulum was a dream. I mean, it was amazing. I went for my birthday and it was an amazing time. It was like so gorgeous. The beaches were immaculate. Everybody was like talking about seaweed and how there would be like
What?
I was like,
Who was
literally,
talking about seaweed?
I was like, is that the worst of your concerns going to Tulum that there's going to be seaweed on the beach?
know,
Like,
on the beach.
I'm concerned for you if that's your concern. We're in Tulum. Let's fucking rage.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It's so funny.
Yeah.
The same thing happened to me.
Weird.
Everyone like check the season
Yeah.
that you don't gonna have all the
Seaweed.
seaweed
Yeah.
on the
Really?
beach.
It's that big of
It's
a
a
deal?
thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like
Yeah.
you can, like there is a season where it's only seaweed and you can't see the sand. because it's so bad.
This is brand new information. Because, no, seriously,
so
people were telling me.
bad.
I thought they were crazy. I was like, what? No, so it was amazing. I went for my birthday and I had like a Mayan clay mask, and that's a different story. We'll tell you later about that. It's an amazing experience, very pampering, very cleansing. We'll say that.
Very cleansing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, Tulum was unreal. Probably, yeah, definitely my favorite.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so my mother and I actually are going to be going in January. That's going to be like our Christmas gift to
Where
each
you guys
other.
staying?
Oh my god!
I don't even know yet, so I think you're going to have to probably give me
Yeah.
some pointers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So did you guys fly into Cancun?
Yeah, so we flew into Cancun and then we took just like the bus that the hotel provided, but they provided with a bottle of tequila and also beers. So that was just wildly convenient.
Whoa.
Model, yo!
They know
That
you.
they must know me. So cheers to that.
Cheers
Let's
to
go.
tequila.
Cheers to tequila for sure. But no, it's unreal. Like from the moment I got there to the moment I left, like didn't have to pick up a finger. Had like chia and mango, like for mango or for
Flamingo.
no, for breakfast every morning. So it was so good. Like, I mean,
I know, Mexico is so amazing.
it's unreal. Yeah, I'd only been before to Cabo. I've been to like TJ to like go get good seafood for a dinner or whatever,
Yeah.
but like that's with friends who were like very familiar with the area. I went to Cabo with my dad, not appropriate. Like when they're at Mango Deck, like girl with the tattoo, come on stage, and my dad's like,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
or also traveling anywhere with your dad when you look like us is not a good time.
also
Like
my dad
Yeah.
is like, I don't know. He's 50
Yeah.
years old, and I went to Italy with Gina and Marissa, and everywhere we went with him was like, lucky guy, like saying stuff in Italian too, like,
I know.
like elbowing him,
Oh my
like you
God.
got it, like all this stuff. Like I was like,
he's like I'm a dad.
That's my dad.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's my daughter.
It's
you
literally
see.
my dad.
It's just so awkward because like I've been places with my dad. I went inside a store one time and this guy was like, he's like, you got a hot wife, and my dad's like, it's my child.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
Yeah.
not a great time. But so that's interesting. So love that about
Yeah.
your deal is that you get to fly for
Yeah.
free. Little standby bitch over
So
here.
it's amazing. Like right now it's crazy time. So I wouldn't even risk it because basically like you get a full row if you buy a ticket. Like there's definitely no standby seats happening right now unless you're going to like, I don't know, Wisconsin. Shout out Wisconsin. Sorry guys.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
Honest- Let's go. That's good. Wow. But honestly, like standby is unreal. You definitely always have to have like a carry-on. That's it. You're definitely not packing anything more than that. But
Yeah.
that's fine for me. I mean, I have a backpack, a carry-on. I'm good to go. But yeah, my dad, love him. Great perks. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. So he's a pilot, right?
No.
What is he?
No, so he is a flight attendant. He
Oh,
literally
sweet.
just has been working for the company for 20 years and
Nice.
he base jumps for fun. So basically like this is like his work is his hobby.
Wow.
Because he is able to, I mean, when times are during COVID, he's able to basically go wherever he wants and he works like a couple hours and then goes to the next spot. So he's always in Japan, that's his home base, and then he'll go to Hawaii for one of his routes and then go and base jump there or go to San Francisco and base jump there. Like, so base stands for building, antenna, span, and earth. So you're jumping off of any of those things with a parachute. So amazing segue. We were in Spain and we were in Copa and I got to watch him for the first time. And I'm not going to lie. Like I was like, if I'm here and I jinx my dad, like, I don't know what I'll do. Like it was such like a horrible feeling. Like he was like so excited to like show me and I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like I don't know. Like he has all these like rituals and stuff.
Oh
like you
my
have to have like,
God.
you know?
Yeah, you have to psych yourself
Yes,
up
you have
before
to-
you
yes.
jump off of a
Yeah, I asked
building.
him.
Yeah.
It like he is like amazing and he doesn't like heights or anything. He doesn't like roller coasters. So I used to always ask him like, let's go to like Six Flags, let's go to Disneyland, and he'd be like, okay, but like you're gonna be riding it by yourself. So now it's amazing that he literally chooses to go jump off of something with a parachute, like by
Wow.
choice.
Wow. That is
Not-
so intense.
But
But
shout out Dad.
Shout out Dad. Great guy. I think I've met him once or twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a great human. And like honestly, yeah, I wish my dad had perks where I was freaking standby
I know.
stallion over here. Jesus.
First time we traveled together,
Yeah.
it was to New York. We had a conference there, and she like already like, it was I think one of your first time like not flying standby.
Yeah.
And
it was new for me. I was like, what do we do here? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm used to just going to the airport.
With a
It's like
carry-on.
with a carry-on. It's like 6 a.m. I'm like trying to get on the first flight because that's typically the most open.
Not
and
sure if you're gonna go.
yeah,
on
I
it
have
or
like the
not.
anxiousness going on, like a little bit of nerves because like I may or may not make it. I can like finesse my way so much, but like, what if the dude's gay?
Hey, let's be honest, gay dudes love us.
Honestly, yes, but if sometimes like it's like more like a competition thing. I'm like, girl, you cute too. Like you are cute too. Don't you even worry. I know I look like shit, but like I promise you, I'm cute in real life. Like 6 a.m., I'm not doing anything with my face.
Oh my God. But I think that the lesson that we can take from the standby that should go to any kind of traveling is I think a carry-on is the way.
Honestly,
Just like all you need to is a carry-on. Roll your shit, like army roll that shit, right?
I remember I asked her, so are you bringing a carry-on or are you checking in? She's like, oh, carry-on always. And then I learned about her whole like life story. And then I'm like, okay, carry-on it is.
Well, and when your wardrobe's all black, I mean.
literally my entire life. Yeah. What should I choose? Like my color section is like this, and then like all of my blacks, yes, it's color coordinated. I'm very type A.
I am as well. Yes.
We have like maybe a little bit of red, maybe a little bit of blue, like literally 2 things of orange. Black, all black, all black. Yoga pants, like black yoga pants. Like I think I have like maybe 30 pairs.
Well, I mean, they're essential.
It's no exaggeration.
I have 3 and I think I need 30. Honestly, I need
Girl,
more.
I'm telling you.
I need more.
Expand that wardrobe, girl.
That's right. Okay, so now your next place. Lior.
Next favorite.
Okay, my next favorite one, I would say Israel because it's my home. I go.
That's lovely.
Have you
My
ever
home's
place
not my favorite.
you can brag about? Like,
Yeah.
let's go back to Rockland, fill up our gas tank on the way to Tahoe. Like, what?
Exactly. That's what it's
No.
good for.
One day I'll be there
Yes.
also. But yeah, Israel by far is like one of my favorite places to visit. Even now, like, yes, it's my home and my family is there and my husband's family is there. So we go once or twice a year. But regardless, I highly recommend visiting Israel. It's an amazing place, especially Tel Aviv. I'm from
I'd
Tel
love
Aviv.
to go there.
And it's a crazy city. It's like 24/7. Everything is always open. There's
2021,
always,
let's go.
There's
I'm
always
in.
something
She's
to
like, it's
do.
always open. I'm like, please.
Even during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Even during COVID.
Stipulations there.
Everything is open.
Yeah, because it's a way smaller country. It's literally 8 hours across. It's from us to go home.
Wow.
If we were to drive to Sacramento, that's her from one side to the other.
No way.
Yeah, so
Oh.
it's really, really small.
Yeah.
To go from north to south, it's 8 hours. And then east to west, there are places where it's like 45 minutes to like an hour and a half. This is how
Holy
small it is.
moly. Wow.
It's like it has 7 to 8 million people, but also like including like
In that.
exactly.
Then you guys better be having some better
And I think
stipulations.
half of them are in LA, in the valley.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say like the majority of them are in LA in the Valley. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Some of them in West Hollywood, Beverly Hills area.
Wow, that's so
But
crazy.
Anyway, yeah. So Tel Aviv, Israel, but is one of my favorite places to visit. The culture is amazing. Again, Tel Aviv is a place where it's 24/7. The food is beyond, like I cannot even explain in words.
Give me some like names of different foods.
So the falafel there, like I don't think anyone understand what falafel is because it's not what you guys are eating here.
It's like to me, I think falafel is like
Yeah,
the.
those balls
Yeah.
that are like round, but yeah, besides that,
It's not.
yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
So that's
It
not
doesn't
it.
taste the same.
Okay.
In Israel, they're actually green inside. They're like full of like herbs and like it's very like harsh taste.
It's like more earthy, I feel like. When
Yeah.
I went to dinner at a friend's house and his mom made it and I opened it up and it was bright green and I was like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, you don't see that
That's
often.
the real thing.
Yeah.
And then when you eat it, it's always like you have those stands in the street. So you get like a pita bread and they fill it with hummus, fries, falafel, Israeli salad, and then tahini on top.
Oh my god, that
And
sounds
then you can choose if you want
fire.
it spicy or not. And if you
Yeah,
choose the spicy,
always
it's really
spicy.
spicy.
absolutely fire.
that.
So that's what falafel for me is. So I avoid eating falafel here because
Okay.
it's not like even resemble what I'm used
It's
to.
not the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So falafel is really good. Also seafood. So like fresh fish. And they will like grill it on the spot like a full fish. They will open it up with all the bones and everything, and we'll just serve it with fries or potatoes and like 30 different kinds of salads to start with. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm in.
Like,
Yeah.
We're going.
So the
2021,
food is
you ain't ready.
amazing.
Yeah. Nightlife?
Nightlife. The nightlife is amazing, and just the culture, the people are very like happy, and I don't know, like for some people it's too much. It's like a little
Too much
bit
happiness?
aggressive.
Overstimulating.
It's a little bit aggressive
Yeah.
because they're like in your face, and like nightlife in Israel amazing, and personal space is an issue. So if you have an issue with personal space, not recommending like going. People are gonna be in your face.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah,
like,
wherever you go.
how do you like politely combat that? You're just like,
For me, I'm just used to it.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know, like
Soph and I aren't.
yeah. No, we are very warm like people, and I think that's why they're like in your face, kind
Yeah.
of like not
Yeah.
having a personal space is there because we're just really warm and like loving people, and just we're just so used to I don't know
Yeah.
physical touch, but
And
also
if you press
like-
this button for HBO.
also we have no taboos, like we can say whatever, like there's no like
Oh.
bad jokes, like we just
Really?
joke about everything.
Yeah.
So
So
no
I think
political
it's
correctness?
part
No.
of, yeah, there's no
There's
political
no
cor-
PC.
yeah,
Yeah.
nothing like that. So it goes into
How
that like
interesting.
personal space, because I feel like it's all coming together, like when you're very like careful with everything you have to say and with your space and like being very guarded, then you like your personal space. But when you can say whatever you want and you're very open and like there is no judgment from the other side, then you're just very open.
You're not
and-
censoring yourself.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's also bleeds into the personal space, because no one feel like there is any space between us. We're all like in this together.
Okay, I love that.
High School Musical style.
All in this together. How's your funny bone?
I had to commit, you guys. I had to commit.
Committed, and I loved it.
Oh my
I was
god.
already halfway there. Like, Zach Hoffman will be so proud.
Oh my god, living on
Please
a prayer
don't
over
leave
there.
me.
Oh my god. Okay, so to get your mind off your elbow.
That was not as funny as you guys may have thought.
Oh, okay, I'll refrain then. So what's your second favorite place?
Italy was just unreal. Like,
And so when you wrote this in your pre-pod questionnaire, you said friendships were tested, which I started cracking up because.
trying times.
So let's hear about the trying
Wow.
time.
Let me just tell you, it was a hot summer day. And I'm already sassy. So, yeah. I'm already pretty sassy. And you had like 3 fiery meatballs, let me tell you. And my
What's
poor
up with the
dad.
meatballs?
I don't know. Well, no one actually is a meatball. Like, he's lucky that he got lean. Like, he was a meatball before, just like, I don't know. Maybe you could say like more marshmallow style, like not like a lean bean machine.
Okay, now he is
Anyway.
a lean machine. Yes.
Us, we were meatballs because we were Italian and we were in Italy, so that's why we were
Okay,
meatballs.
there we go.
For the reference.
There we go.
So we're there. It's really hot, and Marissa has diabetes, so
Right. Oh,
she like needs juice like immediately in the morning. So we're like, okay, let's get like Marissa juice. Like we have all these different things. So it's basically like 4 different personalities, but like my dad just like going along with the flow. And then myself, Marissa, and Gina being complete prima donnas. Like like each one of us had like a separate thing that we want to do, and we had to do it that day. And if we didn't do it that day, my dad was gonna have to hear about it.
oh my gosh.
So we wake up and we give Marissa her juice for the morning. My dad has his breakfast, which basically he was like, I'm gonna have some vodka to get the ease off, because you
Take the edge off of you guys.
You guys are a lot. So he like has
How
like
old were you?
I mean, this was
like 3-4 years ago?
3-4 years ago. So like we're
Okay.
adults, but
Probably
he was
4
just
years
like,
ago. 4
he's
years
like,
ago.
what did I sign up for? Like, I can't believe this. Which, mind you, like, so my dad and I take like a summer trip every summer. So that was our summer trip, and then Marissa and Gina were there, and they were separate. So like we kind of just merged everything, which was amazing. My dad's like so go with the flow,
Yeah,
but like at the
that's
end of it,
awesome.
he was just like, like really didn't want to be there. So. Anyway, so it was a hot summer day. I'll get back to that. And he has like vodka in the morning, and he's like, we have our breakfast and stuff. And he's like, should I have another drink? Like thinking about it, I'm like, we're about to like go on a road trip. So he doesn't have another drink, whatever. We all like get in the Fiat. Mind you, he's like 50 years old and like, 6'3", like he's not a small person. So that one drink didn't do anything. But Marissa and Gina are like, oh, like we're not scared to get in the car with your dad. It's like a little Fiat, and you're like driving like to Cinque Terre from like, I forget where we were. And so it's literally like the four of us in this like compact thing. And they're like all afraid that my dad's gonna like drive off the side or something. I'm like, you guys literally don't know his tolerance. Like it's not like it's literally one
you
drink.
Wouldn't take
You're like, he's fine. Yeah.
For a second, he thought he's like a little bit.
Yes. And so they're all like super concerned about it, whatever. We really wanted to do this hike. Well, it turns out that the hike was extremely strenuous. Extremely. So let me tell you, that was just like trying times in itself. Like didn't have any water. Like thank God we like made it to this man. We made it to this man like popping out of a bush. Like, would you like some limoncello? And we're like, yeah. Like no water. Awesome. Which it was rad, but like there was no water or anything. So like trying times for friendships. We get done with it. We're all like, okay, let's have some paella. Like let's just chill. We want to go to this like one certain photo spot. It's like the famous one in Cinque Terre. It's like right, I think it's Vernazza or Monterosso. Anyway, we get there. We're all so pissed at each other that none of us even like come together for this photo.
Yeah.
No. The photo is literally like you can look back on it. It's all of us like like pissed that we were even like in the same vicinity as each other. So yeah, trying times for friendships on that Italy trip. But I mean, whatever. Shout out Gina. Also Marissa, you a real one.
Shout out both of them, because honestly I've traveled once again with Marissa as well, like by ourselves with a bunch of friends, and we had a code word when we traveled with all the girls because bitches be crazy. I'm sorry. Like when you have 2, 3, 4, 5 different cycles, personalities and cycles, you know what I'm saying? Like astrological signs. Our code word was Pop-Tart, and that means bitch, you're about to get popped. So let's pop this tart in, let's toast it for a minute, let's put it to the side, because we're like, we need to chill. So I know exactly what you're talking about, because like even on like, as much as you love your friends, like one-on-one you need space. Like
when I traveled in South America, like I started my trip with, we were 3 girls, and then there were one. Later, it was 2 of us because it's a lot of personalities, and when we're on our day-to-days at home, like yes, we all get along
in comfort and
fun, and I love both of them. But when you travel and it's like 24/7 and you meet other people and then you interact with other people and then you go to a party and you go to this and you do this, and the food and the hostel that you're staying at, it's like if you're not in the same mindset, it's not gonna work.
Everybody's like expectations.
It's really hard. Like if someone is there just to like find her next boyfriend, this is a different journey. If you're just there to like, I don't know, have fun
100%.
and travel and see the world, this is a completely different, trip than.
That's why communication is so important. So you have to say like, this is what I'm looking for here and there. And that's why like in Oktoberfest, for example, there was like 5 of us, and me and one of my girlfriends were super down to like party and do all that, and the other 3 were not. And there was like a little bit of tension when we got back, because they were like worried about us, and I'm like, worry about you, thank you, but I'm actually traveling and doing what I want to do and having fun. But so it's something that like in hindsight I would have been like, hey, guess what, like I'm gonna stay here and do this, and I'm gonna be fine, But when you don't talk about it, you care about your friends and stuff. So, but just tensions can get high if you're not in the comfortability of your own home. They can get high if you are. So, but it's and all live you learn.
You can't even expect it, because you're like, you never traveled with these people before, and then you all of a sudden like you're all so excited about the trip, and then you go, and then oh fuck, it's not what I expected it to be. So
yes, true. Okay, so anything else to add about that trip?
No, other than that, Italy was amazing. It was honestly just that day that I was like,
okay, ladies, love all of that. So take us to our final destinations.
Amsterdam by far.
I love Amsterdam.
I know. I've been like probably more than 20 times.
No way. Wow.
Yeah. So every time we fly back to Israel, we fly with KLM because they always stop in Amsterdam. If it's for 24 hours, if it's for 12 hours, if it's 5 hours, we always get out of the airport and we go and we cruise the city. And it's
So
by
beautiful.
far my
It's so much fun.
favorite city in the world. Like, seriously, I love the culture, the food, the weed. Like, everything there is just amazing. Yeah.
The mushies.
mushies.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I haven't mushed in Amsterdam. But...
Oh, really? Crazy story there.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah?
First time taking mushrooms.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like,
What a
okay,
place,
maybe not do it in the city because it's really like, it's a lot, you know, like there are a lot of people and you're walking in the streets all day. So maybe I need like to be in a more relaxed place. We buy the mushrooms in Amsterdam, we take the train and we go outside of the city to this like small fisherman's village where there's not a lot of tourists and it's just us, and we're like taking the bikes to like cruise around. We took a room for like the night just for us to like experience, you know, the mushrooms and for me to be more at ease.
Lior.
He's into it.
We take them, we're driving our bicycles, it's like the best time ever. I hallucinate, like, you know, all a bunch of stuff.
What do you see?
Everything became purple for
I
me.
love purple.
So like
You
for
would
the
love
whole
it.
day, purple is the new black. Purple
sure
is the
is.
new black. And like the sunset and everything is still purple. And I'm like, okay, this is amazing. And then we go to this bar. And again, to remind you, we're both Israelis and we walk into the bar and it's like not a touristic place. So everyone immediately looks at us. And we're like, we're speaking Hebrew, which again sounds like a lot of... And like, so we get all the, you know, everyone.
That's why you liked her too. She's like,
we get a lot of attention. And we're like looking and we're both tripping.
rolling
And then
ball.
we're
Yeah,
like, you
tripping
know
balls.
what? Is this a Nazis bar? And we both are convinced that everyone around us are Nazis.
Oh my god.
And we should get the fuck out of there. And yeah, so that was the end of my trip.
And you got the fuck out of there, right?
We got the fuck out of there, smoked all the weed just to like come down and come back to
Earth.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an amazing
Oh
story.
my God.
But
So
yeah, I love Amsterdam, love the people, love the food, like everything about the
So
city.
beautiful.
And I try to visit at least once a year.
She told me that. I was like, was it a Nazi bar? She goes, no.
No.
She's
Probably not.
Probably
No.
not. Yeah.
Probably
Definitely
not.
not.
But I
Yeah.
also told her, like, we were supposed to be in Queen's Day, which is now King's Day. I don't know. It's every, like,
Excuse me?
on
like a day where you wear all
April
orange.
29th, it's Queen's or King's Day in Amsterdam. It's 24 hours.
The
They close the
Netherlands, yeah.
city. There are no cars, no but like nothing.
Oh.
And you just wear all
Everything
orange.
is closed.
I would love
Everyone
that.
wears
I love
orange, and the party comes to the streets. So you can see DJs in the street where you used to walk, like, and shop and eat. It's all full of DJs.
Oh my god.
And you just move from like DJ to DJ and you just dance, and they have those canals like in the middle of the city. All the boats on the canal are with DJs and everyone are
Just a
dancing on
party.
those boats.
2021, my dad got
Yeah.
a houseboat, so.
So we were
I'm-
supposed to
Yeah,
do
we were
this
supposed to do
last
this year.
April.
I'm so
Yeah.
ready.
And then Corona happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So he basically, where we were going to be staying, the host was like, this will still be an offer whenever you want to do it next
Yeah.
year for the same exact event and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're like locked
2021.
in if you want to come.
I would love to go.
Yeah.
Honestly, literally yesterday, like in my off time, like on my lunch, I will look at flights, like potential flights.
Yeah.
And I always want to fly into Amsterdam because it's amazing.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm
Yeah.
so in
Yeah.
100%.
Unreal. Yeah, last time I was there with my dad, we went into like a cafe and we walked out and like, I mean, for me, like I am an avid THC fan. So I didn't feel like it was going to be like that strong. We walk out and both of us like walked opposite ways, walked towards each other, bump into each other. And they're like, oh, sorry. Oh my God. Okay. Where should we go?
What do we do?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the strongest.
Both of us, and we're so like high strung that like to see us like both so discombobulated. Like I'm like, are you the parent? Like, where did we come from?
Yeah, but besides the weed, the food there is unreal.
So good.
Like
the French
their-
fries with the peanut sauce.
The French fries is amazing.
Oh my God.
Also, they have those waffles that are
Stroopwafels.
not. Yeah.
Stroopwafels.
Oh my God, my favorite thing
Get my
in the
belly.
whole world. Every once in a while, I'll find them in
Yeah.
TJ Maxx or Marshalls.
I know.
I know the
Yeah.
mini ones.
Mhm.
Yes.
They're amazing.
They're not quite the same.
I know
but
they're not
yeah.
quite the same, but
No.
it will do for now.
I know, but I love the Dutch. They're just so great.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
honestly cannot wait to go
Yeah.
back there. And I love tulips.
Yeah, my Oma makes them fresh. She has like a special pan.
What?
Yeah, you have to hook it into. Yeah, my dad's mom makes them fresh, and like you have to hook it into electrical hook or a cord that would be for like a washer or dryer. It's
Oh
like
my
that's how
God.
old like this iron is
No
that she makes
way.
them. Yeah, so it's like basically like take this crepe and then you have like the cinnamon sugar maple mixture,
Oh,
and then you put
wow.
it in this iron and it makes it the stroopwafel. Super delicious.
Okay.
Definitely not have them for
Next
breakfast.
vacation, Sacramento.
Well, that is true because we are coming up on the holidays.
Wow, it's crazy. Oh my god, spooky.
So spooky.
It's getting spooky.
It is getting
Mhm.
spooky. Okay, so finish up with Soph, your last
Yeah.
favorite, and
Yeah.
then we are gonna get spooky.
Japan all day. Going to Tokyo is amazing. Basically going to like every single city with my dad. Tokyo is obviously my favorite because it's so highly populated, and I was just like, I'm in the city, like bright lights. Blah. But honestly, like Shinjuku was amazing.
Come again?
Wow, can you lick that rim one more time? Oh, baby. Love a good rim job. So no, we went
We
to
do.
Shinjuku. We went to there was just Osaka. I mean, we flew into Narita, which Narita is like right next to Tokyo. But honestly, everything was amazing. We went to a digital art museum where Gina, myself, and my dad were all tripping, like having a good time. Like it was thrown by Epson. So it was like all of the lights and the projection of Epson, of the printing company. So it was amazing. I had the best time. And yeah, basically just had the relationship like when I went there, realized that my relationship with my dad was like so much more like friendship. It was like really rad. And
That's
like I
nice,
was just
yeah.
like, wow, like we're on the same level. Like he's playing like Oliver Heldens music and like turning on stuff like above and beyond stuff that like I would listen to. So I was just like, wow, like this is sick. And
Oh,
yeah, it was an amazing time.
that's awesome.
But Japan itself, like everybody is so mindful of like their space and their being, and just very like if you were to lose anything in Japan, it would literally be brought to the police office immediately. No one would touch a single thing. Just everybody is very like disciplined. You're gonna be like walking on the left hand side and someone's gonna be like going on the other side, walking up the right hand side. It's
an
very organized.
thing,
Yeah, and I absolutely love it. It's so clean. No, I love Japanese culture for sure.
Is the sushi better there?
Unreal, especially like you go to sushi go round and like challenge accepted.
To me, it sounds like a
Conveyor belt,
belt.
sushi.
Yeah.
And there are people on the inside of the conveyor belt that are cutting it for you fresh.
Where here it's
Yeah.
not that good.
No,
when you go to those.
I mean, you
I know,
can go
but
to,
in
what is
Japan-
it?
yeah, in Japan.
Was
it's
it in San
probably
Diego?
amazing.
Canway?
Yeah,
They have
Convoy.
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 Yeah.
I have
They have
two of
sushi go
them,
round.
and
Yeah.
They suck.
Yeah. They're not amazing, but there's like fresh fish that's being sliced and then just put on the conveyor belt and you're just like literally conveyor it into my mouth.
roll out.
Roll out.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I mean, that was the food, the culture, everything about Japan is unreal. It was definitely not a trip that I'd be like relaxing on by any means, though.
Yeah.
Which typically you think like Japanese, like very zen and like very calm, and like for me, I was like going.
I think that it feels more like, to me, when I think of Japan, it reminds me almost of like obviously a Japanese New York, like very city
Exactly.
vibes. So you
Yeah,
want
I
to be
feel
go
like-
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like it's
exactly.
New York just with an Asian culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. So okay, love that. Love Japan. That's another place that I'm tagging along as
Yeah.
well.
No, please, please do.
Stand by for that. Okay, so we are actually going to transition to a spooky moment. We are going
Yeah.
to tell some scary stories because we actually have some firsthand ones, and it is one of my favorite months of the year. It's October, so let's hit it. So Lior, I heard that you have a crazy story. I'd love to hear it.
Okay, so I don't know where to begin. Let's start with my story. That
Yes.
is like, because I also have a coworker that, an employee actually, that said one time that he saw ghosts.
He used a
and that,
Ouija board.
They used
Psycho.
a
What an
Ouija
idiot.
board and a
Psycho.
ghost
I'm
came.
sorry, no.
And like this person, like is so straight that I would never imagine him telling me that he saw a ghost.
You mean like straight edge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't know how to explain it. Like he's such a normal person that
You wouldn't think he was going to try to connect with the other world.
exactly. And for him to tell me even that he saw a ghost, like let's leave on the side that he did it. Like, you know, he also telling me about it was a crazy story and like how this ghost came to him and told him all this crazy shit about his life. And I'm like, okay. I don't believe in ghosts, but good for you.
Just like sipping our lunchtime smoothie. Like,
Yeah.
when
You
should we
guys
go
love
back?
smoothies.
Yeah, about them.
But I don't know. But another story, not ghosts, like a real story. When I was in Thailand, we heard there is in Copenhagen, there was a nice party that we wanted to go to. And in that island, there is not like that many parties. Also like drugs and everything related to it is really off the table. So we're like,
I know, sad.
yeah, because if they catch you, like you're really going to jail and like it's a real like
No thanks.
yeah. We were on a scooter, me and my husband, like on our honeymoon.
yes.
On our honeymoon, going to this party on a scooter. Okay.
By the way, not
On
spooky,
the
but
island.
still freaky. Hang
Yeah.
on. Yes.
On this island, we're starting to drive, and then my husband is like, "Oh, do you see that thing on the road? It's blocking the road." And we're like, you know, at least a mile away. And I'm looking at it. Yeah, it looks like a giant tree or something. So we start to slow down. And as we get closer to it, it's a fucking giant python. A snake.
What did you guys do?
And he's like, okay, I'm not gonna stop because I'm afraid. So
You drove over it?
you lift your feet in the air. And we're like, ah! And I'm lifting my legs and we're like driving over it. And after like a few minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm crying. Stop. Like I can't keep
Was it
going.
okay?
And I'm like, and he's like, okay, what do you want to do? And I'm like really crying. Like I'm really
Emotional.
really
You're emotional.
emotional and stressed. And I'm like, and he's like, okay, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, I'm not in the mood to go out anymore. I just want to go back home, like go back to our room. He's like, okay, I'm going to drive back. I'm like, no, we're not going back. I don't want to see if it's still there, and I don't want to see if it's not there.
She didn't
because
say-
then it means
she
it's
didn't-
still alive.
She didn't see its head or its tail.
Yes,
Please tell her
exactly.
that. Because
You only
that's how
see
big
the
it was.
body. Like, okay, so in Copenhagen, it's only one road to go around the island, and it's only 2 lanes, like one to go here and back.
Oh my god.
So it was blocking the whole thing. Anyway, so I told them, you know what?
Thanks for no
no,
thanks.
I'm not going back, but we're not also going to the party, so we have to go around the whole island to go back to our room because I don't want to see if it's still there or not.
Oh
And
my
he's like,
God.
you know, this is more dangerous. And I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, no.
We're going like around the island and we went back to our room. And I don't know what happened to the snake.
Or what happened to its
But-
ghost.
Yeah, honestly. Well, so I probably would have been on the same page as you. So good for you for sticking to your guns. Hell
Oh
no.
No.
Yeah, I'm just really scared of like those kind
You
of
didn't see
things.
its head or its tail.
No,
like that.
like, yeah, and
the
he's like,
fact was
don't
long.
worry, it's not poisonous. I'm like, I really don't care if it's gonna choke me or poison me or bite me or just want to say hi.
You're
Like, I don't want to see
I want no
it.
part of it. I want no part of it.
Get off the snake.
Okay, well, so Sophia and I have a unfortunate ghost story that, well, so not quite like we didn't actually experience a ghost, at least I don't think.
No.
But so
She was heavily researched after.
yeah, Soph and I used to be young trap lords, still are to this day. But so we were on our way to Hard Summer several years, like 4 or 5 years ago. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
And Sophia was the queen who chose our hotel room for the weekend. It was very cheap, I'll give her that, but she was stoked. She's like, yeah, it's European style.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? When you're staying with, I think there's 5 or 6 of us girls
Yeah.
staying in this room.
Mhm.
Soph and I get there first, and we walk into the room and we start laughing. There's like one twin bed. There's one mirror and a sink. There's no toilet. There's no
I
shower.
opened the door to the closet and thought it was going to be a bathroom.
Yeah, there
It
was
was barely a closet.
So and we're like, how are, and then we're like, the rest of the girls are gonna be so fucking pissed. We're like, how are we all fitting in here? And then like the shower, like you literally, so what European style means, it's like AKA a hostel. Like you have to go shower and shit and whatever in a different.
Just how worldly I was at that time.
You go to the reception. Excuse me, we're missing a bathroom.
No, but I remember how stoked she was. Like, yeah, it's European style.
You walk in and that lobby had immaculate. What do you call them? The beams? Columns inside. You walk in, it's like Greek columns. Like you're walking in, you're like, this is the most immaculate lobby. Like they're beautiful. There's beautiful marble everywhere. It's walking distance to the festival, in which I'm probably not going to sleep whenever I come back, so that's fine. And I'm definitely not going to sleep if someone has commit suicide at the hotel that I'm staying at.
So yes, in essence, to continue on with that sentiment. So Soph and I are up there. We're waiting for the rest of our girls, and one of our other friends, Liz, who we all know and love, she texts me before she gets there, and she goes, I just Googled this hotel, and one of the first things that came up was this little filly. Basically, it was this young, she was like a foreign exchange student, this young Asian girl, but she was from Canada, I believe. She came to stay at this hotel, and then we literally watched, as we were going in this elevator at this hotel, this freaky footage of her jumping like in and out of this freaking elevator and just looking creepy as fuck. Well, all of a sudden, like nobody could find her. A week later, they find her in the water tower, because people started, this is the grossest part, people started complaining of black water coming out of the showers. It's a mystery. We don't know how she ended up in there, but the video of her like jumping in and out, and then Paco, our amazing cameraman, said he actually did a show there, like a spooky show, and Richard Ramirez, like all these creepy people have stayed there. So hats off to Soph for giving us a haunted,
so love that for me.
A haunted weekend.
I mean, that's what happens when you're reporting in college, and and when you find out there's gonna be 6 girls to a room, you're staying there one night, and it's $25 a head, maybe less. You're stoked on it. European style. I literally was like, oh my god, like these are the cutest like columns. Like it's literally so European. And no, I kid you not. Like we opened the closet and we thought it was a bathroom, and it was barely a closet. Like I'm telling you, like maybe like 3 pairs of shoes could fit in there. Like it wasn't a real life thing. No, I was like, Harry Potter, like where you at? I don't know. It was really bad.
Wingardium Leviosa.
No,
we're out
honestly, but it was even like more creepy when I started to research it after, because I was like, I stayed in this place that like, I mean, I felt like it was weird, but it was like also coming back from a festival. Like,
but when we walked in there anyway, so there was weird vibes in there though. Remember, I was like,
no,
we were like, oh, this is kind of weird. And then when Liz sent us that, I was like, oh my god, and we were like dying. But basically, we're
very naturally intuitive anyway, so like we felt that vibe, and we're like,
we did, yes,
but like we thought it was small.
Exactly. So yes, just a very spooky encounter indeed. And what's even spookier is seeing your ex on The Bachelorette. Oh my god. Sophia, go.
Let's preface this with we were not boyfriend and girlfriend. It was not official.
I met him. They were canoodling.
Okay, we canoodled.
They were seen canoodling.
We were definitely seen canoodling time and time again. But no, he's awesome. He's amazing. Great person. Sick body. I mean, that goes without saying. You'll see that episode 2. No,
I wish he was on the blue team. But okay.
I know. He's on the red team. On the crib too, girl. So, but honestly, he was really cool, and I think it was like both of us were rebounding, and so it was an amazing situation because we were able to like really just like hang out and never have like any strings attached. And I think it got to a point where like he wanted to have strings attached, and I was really still not at that point, so I had to cut it. But no, he's from Northern California, so we clicked like really easily from that.
Isn't that funny? Yes.
Yeah, It's like, you know, small world, but he was awesome. But it is crazy to watch him because it's almost something that's like almost like unnatural. Like it's super, like they definitely put them in like situations where they're like, okay, you guys like sit right here, and like we're gonna have which that's what we're doing right here, hey guys. But like, you know, like in a situation where you're just like, okay, talk about your like aspires, hopes, and dreams. So like recently, it's the second episode. So in the second episode, she asked him like, what is something like, how's your childhood? Like, why are you the person that you are? And he is smoking fucking hot right now, so this is fine. Like, you guys, everybody has got to be a caterpillar to be a butterfly. I gotta say that time and time again. I had SpongeBob teeth literally the majority of my life.
Me and her, yep.
Like SpongeBob, like what's good. So you got to go through things. But his biggest challenge was that he was short at a certain point, and I'm like, you have nothing to worry about now, boy. So you are good. But it is really weird seeing him. I mean, good for him. Hope he finds his journey to love with Claire / Tasha. I don't know. It's a weird season.
You know what? I do not indulge in this tomfoolery, but it sounds like a good time. And honestly, when I come visit you, hopefully next week, I think we might have to sit down and watch.
I feel like it's going to be like Bachelorette Part 2.
I think so.
What's up?
I think so. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for all of our spooky stories, and we will see you next time on Up to Date.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.